Hey guys, welcome to another episode of VO Buzz Weekly, and what's on the agenda, Stace?
Today we have all the way from Canada, the creator of the Kaotica Eyeball, Konrad Zukowski, and stay tuned because we're doing a giveaway.
Let's get buzzed!
Turn it up.
Get ready.
You're tuned in to VO Buzz Weekly.
And now, prepare to get seriously buzzed with your hosts, Chuck Duran and Stacey J. Aswan.
Our guest is coming to us all the way from Canada. He is the genius behind the sound isolation gear, one of my personal favorites, the Kaotica Eyeball. We are so ready to get buzzed with the fabulous Konrad Zukowski, or I should say Zukowski.
Thank you. Whichever suits
The American
you
version is Zukowski, but it's really Zukowski sounds.
Zukowski, yes.
Ooh, Zukowski, that
You
sounds
sound like
really
a
That's
spy
cool.
or something, or
Not a spy, but I'm a good guy.
He's one of the good spies.
Good spies, good guy.
Thanks for
Get
being
down.
here. You're here in
Absolutely.
town for a few days and you made time to come sit with us, so thank you for doing that.
Oh, thanks for having me.
We're so happy to have
Absolutely.
you and our little friend here.
Now, we understand that you don't do too many of these interviews, so we're kind of privileged here, right?
Yeah, no, I don't, but yeah.
Well, thank you for...
Very cool,
Making
man.
the exception.
Absolutely. Well, I have to ask you, man, what inspired you to create this phenomenal Kaotica Eyeball?
Gorgeous. It's so sexy.
The sexy Kaotica Eyeball.
Well, it was music. I mean, for many of you, music's kind of
Right.
the start, right? And for me, it was kind of like the tape decks, in the back of the car, except I wasn't rapping on any of the tape
right.
decks, right?
Yeah.
I've always just loved music, and I grew up with the greats of hip hop. I grew up with electronica because electronica, was in Europe in early 2000s,
Yep.
and here it just started becoming mainstream a lot later than that.
Yeah.
I was always the kid pumping Dance Mix 96,
Oh,
right?
that's cool, man.
And it was just really kind of a love for music. And I'm like, I'm not an artist, but I have this love for music. I DJ just for fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, how can we be part of this industry? And I was management consulting, one of my prior jobs after school. And my friend was making dubstep music out east. And, he spent all this money treating his space. And he was super excited about it. And he's just, he put the microphone in the same place. And it sounded worse than we had nothing. And he's just trying to give this stuff back. He can. He's got, everything's taped and glued onto, his basement walls, which weren't even his, which he was renting, which he had to get permission from.
Foam and
Bye-bye
foam.
security deposit.
Yeah, and it was just like, what if someone can solve this issue? And it's just, like we're not, acousticians. We don't understand sound. Like even if you build a shed or you do all these things, you foam up your walls. It's not, it's not going to solve your problem. So it took 3.5 years to create the eyeball.
So you took
And-
your time to make sure you were going to do something
Oh, well, I
great,
mean,
man.
sound is perfection,
Yeah.
right? You can't introduce nuances to sound.
You're right, man.
Where and it was really important, when we created the product. I mean, everything you see here is custom made. It's gone through, hundreds and hundreds of iterations and configurations
Yeah.
and,
I mean, even
and
the-
structures of the
Right.
of the foam
and even-
itself.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like everything is very custom and very thought out to perfection.
Yeah.
And so is this patented in individual pieces, like the pop filter, or is the whole thing patented?
The whole product
As a
itself
unit,
is patented, and different configurations of it.
Because this pop filter does not work
Yeah.
with anything else. This is
Designed specifically. I mean, this is designed specifically for the eyeball due to the projection of air from your
Right.
voice, right?
Yep, absolutely.
He thought of everything. this
Thought of
time.
everything, but it
Absolutely,
wasn't.
man.
It's just like any dream you may have. Like my shirt says, it was all a dream. I mean, the dream took 3.5 years, and it took a lot of work. It took a lot of sacrifice, and it took a lot of money and a lot of time. To create something so beautiful. And I mean, we were quite surprised, when we launched after 3.5 years, that the top end of the market, picked it up first, and they started using it, and it was, that gave us, validation, like, hey, this product works, this product is amazing.
It's a
and
great
it's we launched, 2.5 years ago, and we took a different route. We just didn't want to be, in the meat market.
Right.
Because that's what it is. It's a meat market out there for audio products and all
try
that. We don't want to
whatever
be
we
in the
can
meat
do.
market.
And
we
the only place you can buy this is on chaoticaeyeball.com, correct?
Yes.
Don't go to Amazon.
No, don't
You're
go.
not gonna find it
Don't
there.
go to the
Fake
store.
on Amazon.
Yeah.
And bottom line is, because for the people that don't know the technical aspects of what went in to create this perfectly balanced sounding ball to make you sound really, really great, is that if you live in a space where you don't have the money to build it out and spend thousands of dollars to create a perfectly balanced, tuned booth.
Or the square footage.
Exactly, or the square footage, man. That thing right there sounds amazing. It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, dude. I'm serious. Like,
Awesome.
that was amazing. Your
Cool.
stroke of genius right there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Who is going to benefit the most from using the eyeball?
Well, I mean, it's just, everyone benefits from using it because acoustics is the most important part of the equation. Without acoustics, you can have the best mic, everything. But if you don't have, if your mic is not acoustically treated, then what's the point?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the benefit of the eyeball. It really frees up, those people that can't spend, thousands of dollars, those people that don't have the space, those, and there's those people that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like most people aren't acousticians, and I'm sorry if you build a shed or you put up foam on your walls, it's not going to solve your issues. There's a reason why those studios cost $100,000 to $1 million, right? They're not, they're not little small booths.
Yeah.
Right.
They're rooms. They're alive. They've developed proper pressure and all that kind of jazz, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's the benefit, especially for VOs, is that it gives them that voice, that girth in their voice, and especially within the VO game or segment, I guess you can call it, is that the voice is the most important part. That's the only thing that translates within the microphone. Of course, it gets covered up by layers within the commercial piece, but it's really the voice, and that's what people hear, and that's what people love, and that's what the eyeball does. It's saying, you know what, you don't need to spend all this money doing all these crazy things that you know mostly nothing about, because I'm sorry, when you're starting out, most people don't.
Absolutely.
You can buy an Apogee mic, you can buy an eyeball, and you can sound great. You can win gigs, and I mean that's and that's the thing for us. It's very important to give people that freedom and that voice.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
not only-
I travel with one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, but I always have one in my car with my USB, pumping into my little baby laptop. And I mean, I've booked things from my car. Sitting with the eyeball.
Absolutely.
So no, I definitely I am a fan and a user of it. And like you said, for people who don't have either the space or the means to really get something going on a higher end, it's a great solution, which I love.
In fact, I was working with this one guy who lives in New York, and he, New York's apartments, so he has tall ceilings, and the whole place is wood.
Right.
And he
it's
doesn't
New York
have
City.
any extra room to put
it's
anything
New York,
anywhere.
right? Yeah.
So he got a ball. And then when I was recording with him, I'm like, did you put a booth in your house? And he's like, no. I go,
Got the eyeball.
how come I don't hear the echo that I heard before? And he goes, I got a Kaotica Eyeball. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So it's so cool, and it works so well. And also, the traveling pros, the people that have to do auditions while they're on the road and stuff like that. And now you don't have to build a fort, made out of pillows or cushions.
Exactly.
I know.
As
I kind
Stacey
of
did,
miss.
I know.
Right, like Stacey used to do every single time.
I kind of miss doing it, but I do love it, and it's so easy to travel with because it holds, the foam is so great, and you have a little kind of cardboard insert so it doesn't get smushed. So you thought of everything, Konrad Zukowski.
Let's take a little time here to say thank you, Konrad.
Yes.
That is so cool that you would do something like that for the whole community of not just voiceover, but
and singers, musicians, absolutely.
Yeah, man. On your website, I mean, you got so many humongous artists that are using that ball to record records. Because they just want to be creative in the moment, not have to
Lady Antebellum.
And I mean, the list kind of goes on and on. Everyone name drops. I'm not going to name drop. You can check out the website.
I just dropped one
yourself.
for you.
Name drop.
Yeah, I mean,
You
Lady
can
Antebellum,
drop your
from
own names.
the biggest producers and DJs from Dr. Dre. I'm actually going to see his studio this weekend. To people that recorded. I mean, Michael Jackson, to the first Britney Spears album. I'm going to go meet some of these people as well. And it's just like, it's an honor for me, like, because Dave contacted us and say, hey, and we kind of met up and everything jived and whatever, we're going to meet up. But it's just, it's such an honor for me for these people to love and appreciate the product.
Yep.
Right. And I know if they love and appreciate the product, how good it's going to be for the rest of the people.
Absolutely.
Right. Which in the end, want to be successful within their art. And, within the VO realm, it's fantastic, that it gives you the ability, you don't have to spend your time building,
well, it's accessible to people at every means because it's very affordable.
Absolutely.
It really is. We're getting QVC right now, but I feel like I need to have my acrylic nails, which I don't have, and be like, it comes in rose gold and white gold. It doesn't come in fashion colors.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the question, because a lot, I have a 416. A lot of people have the Sennheiser 416. I love that mic.
Yeah.
Is there going to be something? Is there something swirling around up there?
Yes. For all
to address the 416.
Exactly. For all those people that use condenser, like pencil condensers, and the 416, we will be launching an eyeball early next year.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Now, everybody's excited. Everybody right now.
Everyone's excited.
What month is it? What's the date?
All the promo and trailer guys right now. Like,
Yeah. And if you have a little bit fatter microphone, like the Neumann, I believe it's the 47, which is the 47. Yeah, if you have a little bit fatter microphone, we'll be coming out for those early next year as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like the Barbie, all shapes and sizes.
All shapes and sizes and
That's fantastic,
all the
man.
good things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Very smart.
Can you maybe show us maybe a few do's and don'ts of using the ball?
Yeah, and we kind of talked about this earlier, but the do's and don'ts of using the eyeball more come to the equipment that you physically purchase.
Right.
Because the thing is, there's a lot of equipment out there, as you know. There's and unfortunately 80% of it, below the $200 mark, you shouldn't buy it.
I know.
You shouldn't.
It's a toy.
It's a toy, right?
Yeah.
And that's the main problem we find when people use the inexpensive XLR cables. No matter what you're going to do, it's not going to sound good. They create nuances within the high frequency range, right? So it sounds like you're recording in an open space, even though you're not. But that's caused by your wire. When you use inexpensive XLR microphones, the frequency spectrum is not aligned. So for instance, you really pick up at 800 hertz and you won't pick up, anything at 450. Right. And it's
which you need.
Which you need, exactly.
Yeah.
But that also, shooting that polar pattern out will just pick up your space. And also like multi-use microphones, a microphone that's advertised that'll record your instruments or that'll record whatever, drums or whatever it may be. You can't use those microphones for vocals because they will pick up your whole space anyways. Because that's what they're designed
They're made
to do.
to do that.
Right.
Yeah. So when you're looking at a microphone, there's a lot of great microphones within the $100 price range, like the Audio-Technica 2020. Within the USB mics, really stay away from USB mics. I mean, if you look at a USB mic, the translation is done with a $5 USB port or a $1 USB port, right? And that's the main problem. The only the only good USB mic that we recommend is this little guy right here, which is the Apogee One mic,
the
right?
Apogee One,
And it is an amazing mic. If you have a Mac or a PC and you're just starting out, this mic and the eyeball sound like gold, right? Sound like gold.
Yeah.
So I mean, what equipment you use is very important, and that's the one thing that we tell people is just have the right equipment. Go spend $50 on a wire. Go buy the proper mics, right? And people don't know that because people just sell them whatever.
Yep.
And when it comes into the eyeball, the eyeball is not, and that's a soundproof booth.
Right.
It is not that. You're using a live microphone. The eyeball will eliminate a lot of the room when you're singing into it, when you're projecting sound into it, and that's where that factor comes in.
Yeah.
So when you just put in a mic and you're testing out the eyeball, don't think it's just you're not going to hear anything.
Yeah,
it
it's
is,
not an isolation booth.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
live mic, right?
Yeah.
So really test it out in different spaces within your house. Don't record around the corner against the corner because
Right.
the corner is the worst place to record, right? Set it up in the middle of your room. If you have your really live space, like for instance, there's people that record in bomb shelters in Israel, right? And or apartments in New York, and they're just like really tight concrete spaces. That's a tight concrete space. So what you're gonna have to do is, really just set it up in the middle of the room, put a carpet underneath to eliminate that floor
little
base.
rumble, yeah.
And just really, play around with different areas of the room because different areas are gonna sound different.
Exactly.
Right.
Other than that, if you're really plosive, you can put an additional pop filter in front of this one,
That's right.
and that'll eliminate a lot of your, plosive elements.
Yeah, because this one's a double pop filter it's got on the outside
Yeah.
and the inside.
Yeah.
But some people,
Some
for
people are
instance,
really
if you're like really
You're
plosive,
really good.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, that's a perfect.
Yeah, so like
So passionate about it.
heavy metal's got those really thick lyrics. They they double up. Hip hop doubles
Yep.
up. And that's
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And so when using a microphone, this is a silly question.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I know I'm going to get silly right now, but when you have your microphone, obviously your pop filter's in the front.
Yeah.
You want your microphone, whatever part is picking
Yeah.
you up, to be facing
Yes.
you, not facing the back.
Obviously,
Right.
What
yeah.
happens though if you turn the mic all the way back? Does it sound horrible or?
It will sound horrible,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
you're basically picking up just not. I
Just-
don't even know what
just
you're picking
noise,
up.
just
Just
whatever.
noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
So
noise
don't do
what
that.
you're picking
The reason why I say
Yeah.
that is because I've had so many people send me samples
Yeah.
of their recording, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
It doesn't work.
and
Yeah.
then we figured it out that
And
the
the mic-
microphone was like this, and they
Yeah.
were talking into it like that.
Yeah, and then they turned it
So
around
yeah,
and
don't do
sounded
that.
like gold.
Right.
So Konrad is being very, very generous to all of you. He's in the spirit tonight, and he said, we want to give away a ball. And he goes, no, I want to give away a bunch of balls. And he's like, I want to give away one ball every week until Christmas. That's insane. Thank
You're
you
like,
so much.
You're like Santa Claus.
This is really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. That's awesome.
Stacey, how do they win a ball?
Okay, so you're going to get an eyeball by going on the YouTube channel, the VO Buzz Weekly YouTube channel, watching this video, liking it, and making a comment. And then your comment could be randomly selected sometime between now and Christmas, and you will get this gorgeous Kaotica Eyeball. Conrad, would you
Yes.
show it in the packaging, please? Because that's part of it. Look at
Look
that.
at that.
It's kind of in
And-
the wrong way, but
Yeah.
that's the package.
Yeah.
But it's
It's
nice.
beautiful,
It's
beautiful,
gorgeous.
beautiful.
Okay, so you can post a comment.
Watch, like, and comment on this video,
On this
for a
video.
chance to
Yes.
win.
Giveaway ends December 25th,
Yeah.
Sure.
By the way,
26th,
Yeah.
25th.
yeah, and that's 2016. If you're
Yeah.
watching this and it's 2018,
Don't do it.
It's over.
Yeah.
You can still comment, but you're not going to get anything.
Yeah, but one a week. So yeah, comment,
That's
love
awesome.
it.
Wow, put it
Do
there,
what you
dude.
do.
That is
Thank
really,
you so much.
really cool.
Spread the love.
Bam.
Unbelievable.
Bam! I love
Bam.
it. I love
Absolutely. Now, can we talk a little bit about
Sure.
Stacey's involvement with the whole
Yeah.
Kaotica Eyeball?
Yeah.
Because this is kind of cool, man.
it. It's designed up after my eye.
Well, it's funny. It's just Stacey. We kind of. Well, you guys reached out to us, and
Yes.
we started talking, and that's how we've made a lot of our relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And just like I love the eyeball. Well, man,
Well, you guys, I have to
Yeah.
say, when we had our 200th episode,
Yep.
our live episode that we recorded in front of a live audience back in January of 2016, you guys were so generous to give a Kaotica Eyeball to our VIP in-show guests in their swag bags. And they were all, we got so many, is this mine? Like, seriously, I get to go home with it? It's incredible. So many A-list VO pros are using this and love it. So thank you for that. So it kind of created this little mutual love
Buzz.
fest. Yes. Yes.
VO
bug.
buzz,
Yes.
the buzz, the bug.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, so
that was really cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you had
Yeah, and then along. I mean, it's wonderful to work with a talent, like Stacey. She's very talented. She's very well versed in the VO industry and very beautiful to compliment,
Well,
right?
thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll take that compliment.
You too. And and it's just like, both meeting you guys and your knowledge of, engineering and Stacey's VO experience. I'm just like, it's such a wonderful partnership for you guys to work on us and for us to work together, because the one thing is, we don't want to be fake. Everything in this world there's a lot of fakeness, we're in LA, right?
Right.
As well. But you guys are real, and as much as a job is a job, this is a job for me too. You guys love what you do because you spread art, you spread your talent, you live a little piece of yourself, and that's what every artist does, and that's what we want, just to people, to live a little piece of themselves, and this helps them do it in such a great way. So I'm truly honored that you guys are a part of this journey with us, and that's what it's all about.
Well, it's such a privilege for me
Yeah.
to be a part of it, and I'm proud to be on your website and to spread the word about the eyeball. So thank you. It's a long, beautiful relationship we've created. You're stuck with us.
You are, dude. You're not going to get rid of us.
Yeah.
When are you moving to LA? You don't have to answer that.
Sometime. I don't know.
So what's kind of for you your ultimate goal for your company, and where do you see yourself going?
I think the ultimate goal is more about a product. Everyone's going to sell you more about a product, but it's really, given the ability to, for if you're just starting out, to set you free, to give you that knowledge, to tell you what type of equipment to use, to show you what to do to succeed in the game.
Yeah.
Right. And that's for us is very important to provide that knowledge and information.
Yeah.
And I think as we kind of mature, we're gonna have different products, different things. But it's all in all, it's irrelevant to the fact of it will help you do what you want to do better.
Better and easier.
Better and easier.
Less expensive.
Less expensive, and that's it.
Man, I love that. I love that you guys are about the heart, and it's so cool because this is not a product that you just threw together in a garage and got the cheapest stuff and then marked it up as high so you can make the most amount of money. That thing costs you gazillions of dollars to even create.
It was
and the time and the hours, the sweat equity.
Not to mention how many hours.
It was sound like if you have people like, for instance, Dre using it, to people in their bedroom that are just starting out using it.
Man.
We, for instance, they just we've had one customized to like the $13,500 Sony microphone, and that's what they use it on.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's phenomenal that you can have that quality, something from just starting up, and that's what we want to do with our brand, with our company, is just give people that that hope that they lost a little bit, right?
Absolutely,
within the jungle of crap.
The jungle of crap.
Yeah.
Hashtag jungle of crap. There you go. That's a good one. Dude, that is so cool. I got to say, man, it's been such a blast to have you here and talk about that little ball right there, because we love it so much.
Yes.
And you are a genuine, awesome dude.
Thank you.
Wonderful human being.
Forget about creating and you're a genius and all that. Yeah, but
Thank
you
you.
are a really, really cool dude. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Konrad.
Absolutely.
Thanks for
Thank
having me on
you.
the
You
show.
guys keep up with Konrad and all the goings on. You can go to chaoticaeyeball.com and also on Twitter and Instagram at Kaotica Eyeball.
That's right. And that's one Kaotica eyeball a week until
Till Christmas.
Just for you.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho. We'll see you next time.
Take care, guys. Hey, this is Konrad Zukowski, and I've just been VO buzzed by Chuck and Stacey. Thanks for having me on the show. Much love. Hit the eyeball.
Well, that's all we have with Konrad Zukowski, and somebody's going to win an eyeball. Hopefully it's you.
Yes, you are. And you guys keep up with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. We love you. And just remember, you always have time for a little buzz.
Come on, come on, come on and get buzzed with us.
VO Buzz Weekly is sponsored by Chuck Duran's Demos That Rock. The voiceover demo producer to the stars is now available to you. Visit demosthatrock.com and take your voiceover career to the next level.
See you next time. And remember, you always have time for a little buzz.